Hello everybody, welcome to another video on the channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about the new patch that is coming out tomorrow on the 21st of August. A lot of the things in this patch the community has known about for quite some time and all, but there are a couple things that we'll be talking about in the patch notes that are coming to the game. Quality of life stuff for, PvE players and everybody and whatnot. So without further ado, let's get right into things right away here. Okay, so August 21st, 2024. Highlights. Shared Bank will no longer allow transfers of 999 or more. This is to solve the issue of players destroying things accidentally. The backpack limit is still separate. This is strictly for the Shared Bank. So basically, if you're transferring Sunstone from your Death to your Storm, for example, but you had like 1,300 Sunstone, you would transfer it, right? But you lose like 300 or 400, anything above 999. But this fix should make it so that does not happen anymore, which is cool and all. Now, next up, we have changed Morgan 3 match recipes to Perfect Onyx. This simply is just to make it easier to craft, I believe, and more accessible, because I believe that rematch in particular is pretty hard to craft and do. So, pretty cool. Underlevel characters can no longer join rematches. Alright. The Commander set in the Crown Shop got a new icon. Okay, cool. Krakotopia art book now has the correct name. I'm not sure how they messed that up, but alright. Some stability and crash fixes. Now, this is a big one because a lot of players reported not being able to get into the game, or the client would take forever to load you into the game. Like, mine would like not respond and take 5 minutes to load in, which is insane, and it's not my PC, so pretty crazy. Also, PvP players have been crashing left, right, and center and getting banned, right? You've seen this on my channel, like on my Twitter, like it's happened like every day to multiple characters, multiple day bans, but I'm clearly not doing anything wrong because it's all streamed live on Twitch and stuff like that. So it's just affecting everybody and all. So hopefully we don't see any of that anymore, like 5-minute times to get into the game on the client not responding, and hopefully PvP can, actually work and get me into the match without banning me. That would be great. It was really frustrating for me because a lot of people have been dealing with, a big influx of harassment in the arena lately, along with the bans that are, crash your game, so they ban you. So that combination combined was quite literally just driving me insane. And I've been taking a little bit of time off was PvP because of those reasons. So now I think this is just good. Really good. The other issue is obviously targeted harassment, but again, we'll have to see what KingsAll does about that in the future. Next up, we have advanced content. Recruits no longer receive rewards for losing a PvP match. So, basically, what this tells me is they liked the Commander Robe system they put into 5th Age. So you could get the Commander Robe with the stars and the moon, with tickets by simply just playing and participating. However, there was players in the game who were not PvPing with good faith. They would just go in, throw games, not care about the game, and just try to farm tickets. Very similar to 4th Age tournaments, where players would just sign up and go AFK and throw because there's still guaranteed tickets at the end of the game. Very similar to that, which was a huge problem because it completely ruins the competitive integrity of it, and basically people who actually earned that robe, like, it doesn't mean anything if you have people throwing for it, right? So a lot of players liked that it was for tickets, and a lot of players don't like it because it's basically locked behind the captain rank now in PvP and all. So basically, if you're like a new player or something, like, you have to get really good at the game to get the robe, which, I mean, you could argue that's good, that's fine and all, but I personally liked that tickets meant something with that robe change. Like, I could actually farm tickets and keep my tickets, because oftentimes a lot of PvP players would sit on a crap ton of tickets and they just do nothing for you, right? But now with, the Commander Robe being like 6k tickets and all, you could actually, spend your tickets and farm for tickets and play for tickets. But that whole ecosystem is just gone because of the people who threw. So it's very unfortunate to see, but what this tells me going forward is they want to do more things for tickets in the future, like the Commander Robe was. So maybe we'll see that get reverted, that change, and not be locked behind Captain. Maybe that's what they're setting up for here, potentially. Because the only ones that were ruining the experience was the recruits that were purposely throwing matches to get the tickets, right? So I think what this signals is they want to put more stuff in behind the Blue Arena tickets like they just did with the Commander Robe, but now people cannot throw like they were doing before. Next up, we have banned a handful of treasure cards and item cards from advanced content. These cards include Blizzard, Clanker, Dudaga, Amber Everburn, Crocopacha 4-pip and 5-pip, Midnighter, Oni No Death, Oni No War, Stormzilla, Spec Blast, Supernova, Tamauji, Woodwalker. Item cards, Pet, Icebird, Lord of Winter, Pet and Item, Spec Blast, and Top Pass Spec Blast. Oh my god, that's a lot to talk at once, holy cow. Yes, we've known about these for quite some time now, and all. And obviously every update, we hear players complain, stop banning cards, right? And I think it's very important that I say this every update, is the reason these cards are getting banned, guys, is simply because for the longest time there's been a double standard in the game. Okay, so for example, right, Amber Everburn is a sideboard 6-pip hit that Fire has. However, other schools like Storm don't have that, so it's not fair. So the two solutions would be to either give that back to a school like Storm or ban them all completely. And it looks like KingsIsle's obviously doubling down going forward on just banning all the stuff that's broken. And a lot of players want to be like, oh, we want like a classic mode where everything's broken and all. And I think that would be cool. Maybe we could see that in the, upcoming tournaments and all, custom tournaments. That'd be great. But in terms of like ranked and, competitive, making the game more balanced, these TC bans are very good for the health of the game. I'm really looking forward to see how things are going to shift and how the meta is going to shift. Obviously, if you are a good PvP player, you're going to know this isn't going to change a lot about balance. Balance is still going to be incredibly broken and, the best school in the game, meta, stuff like that. But honestly, guys, if you're somebody who wants to PvP, but you have been kind of hesitant to, I think now would be a great time to play, because aside from balance being incredibly overtuned and broken, the 6 other schools all are pretty good in their own way. They all have their own, like, gimmicks with Rochambeau, like, death chromatic weaknesses are incredibly broken. But then, like, Myth is just stupid broken, and then Catch of the Day is really, really good as well. And Fire's got some cool, funky OTs that can be good if you play well and don't get countered and stuff like that. Shields and Resist are incredibly powerful as well, depending on the matchup. So a lot of the schools are unique in their own ways and all. So I definitely recommend trying PvP, at least at max level and stuff like that with these changes. I'm also very curious to see what low level is going to be like with these bans and all. So we'll have to see about that. But yeah, that's everything we got for the little patch update here. Like I said, it's not too much. It's just, affecting quality of life things for everybody. And obviously, TC bans in PvP, that's been making the meta pretty stale and all. And hopefully going forward, we can kind of keep at this current pace we're going for like PvP balance changes, because I feel like this amount of time between the drain nerf and now was like just like the sweet spot in my opinion, in terms of like not being too short, not being too long between a meta and all. So I really like this, and yeah, hopefully KingsIsle can keep this good momentum going forward and all. I know in the fall they want to look at buffing dual school and obviously doing some more work with standardizing TC as well. But we'll talk about that news when we get more information on the channel here towards the fall update. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one. Thank you for being here, and take care, y'all.